Watching TV is a great way to relieve stress and enjoy shows for the plot. Being able to feel the emotions of the characters and relate to them creates an enjoyable experience. One category that's becoming increasingly popular is Kdrama.
I think K-dramas have become so popular because American shows aren't like K-dramas. American shows usually tend to rush into relationships, and with K-dramas it's just more romantic, and it gives you like that feeling. I do recommend watching it because it's more subtle, and you would really enjoy it.
Although K-drama is popular, some feel that it can be overhyped at times. Despite that, it has gotten recognition for its intriguing plots and scenes. Actors also help to elevate the show and get people really into it.
I think Squid Game, it didn't live up to its hype. I thought it was pretty good, I myself, but I felt that social media definitely overhyped Squid Game. I don't think it was that bad. I would recommend it if you like, mystery and action, put into like one show. But yeah. I liked the action and the mini games. I was excited to see what new mini game they were gonna play after every episode. It was also nice to see the twist at the end, which I of course will not spoil, because I would prefer you would see it for yourself.
Although Squid Game is a mystery thriller show, Uncanny Counter depicts the life of a disabled student who is enlisted to be a counter. Counters are paranormal hunters that fight against evil spirits and send them to the afterlife.
My favorite character from the Uncanny Counter was Hannah because I think she did a really good job at portraying the part. I enjoyed the plot. I thought it was really fun and interesting, and I thought it was something that you don't see in every show, and I thought it was a unique idea.
If action isn't your deal and you prefer romance, Love Alarm is the perfect show for you. Love Alarm allows users to discover love using an app within a 10-mile radius.
My favorite K-drama is Love Alarm because I really like the idea. Like, I feel like shows today are getting kind of repetitive, and I feel like to go to a different culture and find like a new show with new ideas that aren't like basic, it was really interesting. So I really like that. My friend Alicia, she got me into K-drama because she was really interested, and she really put me on because she always just seemed so fired up about it that just made you want to watch it.
The way that K-drama draws people in makes it easy to enjoy, so try watching it. You never know, you might like it. Signing off, I'm Taylor Washington, and enjoy your weekend.
Retaliation, a form of expression that many Maryville students have pursued. Why, you may ask? Well, we find that when our freedom of expression is taken away, there is only one option. Of course, we can spot the girls are targeted more than the guys. Another aspect of the dress code is how it affects both male and female students. I believe that guys have an easier time being able to follow the dress code because their clothing style isn't as complex as girls. With female students constantly trying to keep up with the latest trends, it makes it harder for them to choose an outfit that's school appropriate.
I feel like the dress code doesn't even affect boys at all. It's majority pointed towards females because we're the ones who are wearing belly shirts and our shoulders are showing. And I mean, boys wear ripped jeans, but girls mostly wear the ones that are ripped up here because that's what we're being sold.
So I think it affects the girls more because I don't think that the boys have much of a dress code except for no sagging and no hair wear like everyone else. And I feel like it affects our personal style.
I feel like it affects the girls most because the boys don't really show their body like that for real.
Okay, I feel like the dress code applies more so for girls than it does guys, because guys don't really break dress code like that, whereas girls, we wear more crop tops and shirts that are off the shoulders, and we wear jeans that have holes because that's what people sell to us, whereas the guys, it's they can really wear whatever and it doesn't matter as long as they're not sagging their pants, which they still do.
I feel like the dress code affects my style because I wear more streetwear, baggier clothes depending on the day, how I'm feeling. And I have ripped jeans, belly shirts, sometimes. And then some shirts that I wear have my shoulders showing. So usually I try not to break the dress code, so I wear hoodies and stuff, and it's really irritating because sometimes I just want to wear what I want to wear.
Dress code, it really doesn't affect my style because like I just be comfortable wearing sweatpants, regular jacket and stuff, but I never really took it that far to get dress coded.
Dress code doesn't really affect my style, but it does affect my friends' styles because they get dress coded for wearing stuff that they want to.
How does it affect your style? It affects your style because you're not able to show who you truly are.
It don't affect me at all because I wear like a lot of sweaters and stuff, so I don't show my body and nothing like that.
Honestly, I just kind of wear whatever because I know like most of the clothes that I do want to wear, I can't wear because I know I'm going to be dress coded for it. So I'm really limited on what I can wear at school like versus outside of school, which is why I don't really express my style so much in school because when it's school, I don't really care too much.
Well, I believe that every school should enforce a dress code because even I'll admit that some dress can be too inappropriate and could lead to distractions from students of the opposite sex. However, myself and some of my fellow students believe that our school could loosen the restrictions just a little bit and let us express ourselves a little more.
I feel like shoulders should be taken out of dress code because, I mean, it's really not that big of a deal. It's a shoulder, in my opinion. Stomachs, I guess it just depends on how much is being shown. Like, if it's all the way up here, I feel like that shouldn't be worn. But if it's just, like, tiny little bit of stomach showing, I think that isn't that big of a deal. And also ripped jeans, there is nothing wrong about that. I don't see anything wrong about that unless you have a rip in the back of your pants or something like that.
I think they should eliminate us wearing hats and do-rags so it did not hurt nobody, but then if it goes with the fit, it goes with the fit.
The rule that I wish they would eliminate from dress code is the crop tops and the sleeveless shirts because I just feel like, especially the sleeveless shirts, like it just doesn't make sense to me.
I think they should eliminate leggings and crop tops and stuff because I don't see why it should be a problem to wear. I feel like girls aren't showing too much of their stomach when they have on crop tops. I feel like if girls are showing too much of their stomach where you can see they bra or anything and you should send them home, that should not affect the rest of the girls.
I think ripped jeans should also be eliminated, like to an extent. Like if you have like ripped jeans in the front, as long as you're not showing anything like that you're wearing under your jeans, I feel like it should be okay. And like you don't have rips in the back, then I think ripped jeans should be okay. Especially when it comes to girls, because us girls like to express ourselves through our clothing, as well as like our styles or whatnot. But we can't do that if we have a dress code that's basically telling us you can't wear anything you have in your closet if it shows any type of skin.
So a dress code rule that I wish Maryville would eliminate is not being able to wear headbands. And what I think Maryville could do to help students express themselves is if the staff and administration became familiar with the trends of today.
Finally, there are some teachers that seem to have quite an interesting insight on the dress code from their own perspective.
I think dress code is very important. We all need to have checks and balances in life, and I think definitely just I guess to create a sense of comfort across the board, I think dress code is absolutely necessary. You know, just for the instances to prevent bullying, even to making everyone feel comfortable. I definitely think dress code is very important. So when I was in high school, we had a pretty strict uniform code. We could only wear your generic white or blue polos. You had to wear khaki pants. I think after October, you couldn't wear shorts anymore and you had to wear pants. And we all of us had to wear a belt. And it's just definitely different. I would definitely say this one, the dress code here at Maryville High School is a lot better than the one that I had when I was a student in Hammond. But yeah, it's just totally different compared to when I was in school.
Now let's get a better perspective on the school's reason for a dress code from Maryville's very own Miss Lily.
I feel the dress code is appropriate because if we didn't have some sort of standard for dress, then you would see such a wide array of outfits in this building, and I'm sure students would push the limit on what is even imaginable to be worn. You would see all types of outfits in this building. Because even with the dress code, you still see some that are not what you would consider appropriate. And so we really, are trying to help students really get into the mindset of what is appropriate to wear in public when you are handling your business. So for me, like going to work, there's a dress standard, but for you as students in a public institution, there should also be some sort of standard. As far as considering whether or not we would ever loosen, as you say, the dress code, the dress code has been in place in its current form for a few decades. And of course, things have changed in terms of what we consider to be modest or decent. Standards of decency have changed over the years. So I'm not opposed to listening to feedback or ideas about how to change the dress code, but there needs to be a rationale behind it. I'm always open to conversation, and I really actually do encourage students to use the channels that they have to have those conversations, such as your student government. I know there have been some students I've spoken with. Meet with your student government, your representatives. Actually come up with a proposal. How would you want the dress code to be changed? Now, we're open to discussion, but have your rationale.
As Ms. Lilly said, we the students have the power to speak with our student government representatives and propose a change in the dress code. Hopefully students will come together to make the changes happen. Only time will tell. Signing off from PNN, I'm Sarah Villarreal.
With the new Spider-Man movie coming to theaters over break, many students went to see it. Even though Spider-Man has been played by 3 different actors, Spider-Man No Way Home found a way to tie all 3 together in the end. We are going to put a few MHS students to the test to see how well they know their villains from all the Spider-Man movies. Today we selected a few of MHS's biggest Spider-Man fans and put them to the test to see how well they know their villains from the newest film. There are 5 villains total, and each fan will receive 1 point for each correct answer. Let's see if their Spidey senses can win them this game.
That's Green Goblin. Dr. Octavius, or Dr. Octopus. I don't know that one. Sandman. He a reptile. What is it called? I don't know that one.
The Green Goblin. Doc Ock. The Electro. Sandman. The Chameleon.
Doc Ock, right? Octavius or something. Oh, Electro. Sandman. What's his name? That's Green Goblin. Ooh, I forgot it. Oh my god, it's like that Goblin dude. Oh, that's wrong. Mr. Electric. It's like Frozen. It's giving Sandman, John Cena. I forgot what his actual name was, but I just know he like a lizard.
With Kanye being the lead scorer for today's game with the score of 5 out of 5, he is the winner and knows all his Spider-Man villains down to the T. And the movie Spider-Man No Way Home is still in theaters if you haven't seen it yet. You should most definitely check it out. All of our Spider-Man fans did a really good job. Signing off from PNN, I'm Kaylin Outlaw.
All doors locked. Doors unlocked.
Many movies have sequels, but 1996's Scream, one of the most infamous horror movies, has 5 additional sequels. The most recent one, with the same name as the original, just came out this month. The theme of this one was to take everything back to the beginning, and what better way to do that than to bring back the original cast.
After going around and finding students who are a fan of the whole Scream series, I asked them what elements of the film do they think changed and what stayed the same.
I think that they created a more complex plot by like adding in the old characters and kind of like mixing it with the new ones. Yeah, I think that. And for what stayed the same, I think was like the overall plot. Like it's kind of the same, but really different at the same time.
I think the whole plot of the story and like the storyline, I feel like it all stayed the same. I think that just like the cinematography of it all, because obviously we're in 2022, so like everything's different with like cameras and editing. So I just feel like it like advanced and excelled with like the quality of everything. But I think that like the story is still the same.
I also wanted to know which of the movies do they think was more horror filled and why?
I would say definitely like the first one. Like the newer one was more like not like a comedy, but it wasn't really scary. Like it was kind of predictable in a way. Like not like that predictable, but it like wasn't like scary. I say the first one was definitely more horror filled because like it was really unpredictable and stuff.
I think the first one is more horror filled because with like the fifth or the recent movie that just came out, like it was really scary and everything. There's still like the jumps, but like they were doing everything that you like wanted them to do, so it didn't add like suspense. And in the first movie, it was kind of like it was fresh, it was new. That's like what started it all. So I feel like that's kind of what started like the horror of it, and so it was like more horror filled.
Do you enjoy how the movies have grown and why?
I feel like sometimes movies just like keep making more movies just to keep it relevant, but like that doesn't make it better. I mean, I'm a big fan of films and all, and I really like the first ones, and this one wasn't bad. Like it wasn't bad, it just wasn't as scary, and so it didn't really fit with the rest of them, I would say. But I mean, it fits with this generation, but not like the Scream,
I think in some, like, it just depends on if I like it or not, because from the beginning of the movies, like the first and the second ones, the quality was always just good, and it was like it just felt more realistic and like real, and they were just like the originals. Like it's always good to like just watch the originals. I feel like with this one, they kind of just like, I don't know, I feel like the casting, it didn't feel like comfortable. I feel like with like the old movies, it was more like they really thought about who they were gonna cast. I feel like that nowadays they could just kind of find like the good actors and actresses. So I don't know, I like how it's like advanced because the acting is good either way it goes, like even in the fifth one, but I still feel like the first ones have always been better, like the originals.
What was your favorite part about them bringing back some of the original cast?
Okay, I would say my favorite part would be how the original cast and like the new cast like work together to defeat the Scream person.
I literally loved everything about it because it's like with like those movies, it's not like Saw where it's like every single movie is a different character. Like with that, with like Scream, they keep the same storyline, the same main character with like Sydney, and they just like keep the same people, and they just like switched it all up. Like when Dewey died, I literally like started tearing up. Like I was so upset. So I like how they bring everybody back because it's like it's more comfortable, like it's more like known to it. That's why like if you watch the movie, you kind of have to watch the other ones. So I really like how they bring everybody back, especially like the main people. It wasn't just like like extras.
After watching the first and the fifth Scream, I realized that the creators wanted to recreate the first one, but with just a more innovative vision. I think that if you enjoyed the other movies in the series, you will love the newest installment.
Signing off from PNN, I'm Tyler Mitchell. Have a great day, Pirates.